Yeah. Oh.
At 6 p.m. I'd like to welcome everybody here to the November 17th meeting of the Henderson Board of Education, special board meeting since we changed the location. Originally we had planned to have it at the high school to do some other discussion, but we changed it back to here. I'd like to remind anybody that may be in the audience that wants to address this board for any matter that's not on the agenda. We have time in the agenda to address that. We would like for you to fill out a piece of paper back there, give it to Robin up here, and we'll give you an allotted time in the agenda. So if nothing else, I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Dr. Lawson?
Yes, sir. If I could, I'd ask everyone to stand. Ask our student ambassadors to come up front.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Mr. Waller and the board, as you know, at all of our board meetings, we bring representatives of our student ambassadors, and these students personify what it means to pursue excellence. This is such a rigorous program. So just, I know Mr. Waller and the board is thankful for you all the way you represent our school district. Would you mind telling us a little bit, introduce yourselves, and tell us a little bit about yourselves?
We have to move this?
Yeah.
County High School, and I'm in the business pathway. I'm currently in the I plan on attending the University of Kentucky, majoring in integrated strategic communications with a minor in political science.
Hello, my name is Sarah Coots. I'm a senior at the high school, and I'm in the African pathway. And after high school, I am enlisting in the Marines.
For you.
Hi, my name is Cameron Davis. I'm also a senior at the high school and in the business pathway. I plan on attending the University of Kentucky and majoring in marketing.
Hi all, my name is Avery Jones. I'm also a senior at the high school. I am in the health science pathway and also currently a CNA at Red Banks. I'm currently undecided on where I would like to go to college, but I plan on majoring in nursing.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lawson. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate what you do and how you represent our community and our school district. Thank you so much. Next item would be to approve the agenda that we've been presented. Are there any questions or change? Well, we can't change anything tonight, can we? So I'll entertain a motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Have a motion, Mr. Alvis, second from Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye, votes unanimous. Next item would be student and staff recognition. We have the golf teams. Mr. Rush, you going to take
Yes,
care of it?
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our judges scholar, Nia Byrne from Cairo, she'll be recognized at another time because she had a basketball game tonight. So that takes us to our regional runner-up golf teams. So we are so proud to announce that both of our Colonel and Lady Colonel golf teams were regional runner-up. Their hard work and dedication and sportsmanship this season have truly been amazing. So, side note, Region 2, it's a larger region, let's say the basketball regions. You have all of the Owensboro schools, the Madisonville schools, the Hopkinsville schools. So, in total, there are 23 schools that are high schools that are represented in that region. So getting second place or runner-up in both boys and girls, what a fantastic achievement. And so I'd like to recognize them by name, and they may or may not be here, but I want to say their names. So on the girls' side, so first of all, just to kind of educate, I had to educate myself on this. The first and second place teams, the entire team get to go to the regional, to the next round. And whereas the third place team and down, you just go for individuals. So the fact that they got to take the entire team to the next level was amazing. So let's go ahead and mention them by name. First, our girls team, Merrill Grogan. Come on up as I say your name.
Come
so
on
they
over
can
this
see
way.
you.
Merrill, if you want to come this way.
Ainsley Dalton. Lucy Whitfield. And Cameron Davis. And Ms. Tracy Williams wanted to make sure, she said in our last board meeting that she wanted the golf team recognized. So she's going to be the one handing out the medals today. So on the boys' side, come on up. We had Jake Hayden. Bentley Simpson. Levi Smith. Mason Rains. And Wyatt DeWitt. I want to mention our coaches. We have some outstanding coaches, and you do not want to play them in golf, trust me. Our golf coaches, they kind of coach everybody. I love that family. They coach all the kids. So Jessica Grace, come on up, our head coach. Kevin Payne. Austin Knight. And Peyton Knight. Again, congratulations on a fantastic achievement. I know Dr. Lawson would like to have a few words there.
So grateful and excited for this team. Your performance, wow. We were so impressed by your performance. And we know as leaders that everything rises and falls on leadership. We're so proud of the contribution of each player to the team. And I just want to echo what Mr. Rush said in terms of having great coaches means everything. And I'm so thankful for the good example that you all set for our kids, the pursuit of excellence that you have in yourself. And I wanted to ask our coaches, if you wouldn't mind, to tell us a little bit about the season, what a great accomplishment for these kids and your team, and maybe just talk to us about it a little bit. We'll start with Coach Payne.
Well, coming into the regions, we were ranked 5th out of the region, and the guys played a really tough course, Hopkinsville Country Club, and they put together one of their best performances all year, and super proud of them. And we finished above and beyond where we expected to be, so I'm really happy for them that this is the first time since I've been coaching that we've placed in the region, so I was really extremely happy with that, and just proud of you guys.
He took my stat that I was going to say. But I'll say that we had 5 seniors on the boys' side, so we knew we would have a really good chance this year. They showed great leadership, especially for some of our young guys. And now we have some leaders after them that are going to step up and take over as well. The good thing that we were talking about is region is hosted by the teams in the region, so it alternates. And fortunate enough for us, for the guys, we get to host region next year. So that will be really good, and I think that obviously holds to our advantage because we get to play our home course. The girls' side got to play region at their home course this year, so that helped a little bit as well. But something I wanted to say is that because I've been at a couple different districts before, so this is my first year here at Henderson, but I've never seen people from the district come to our tournaments before. Mr. Rush and our superintendent, they both came to our regions. Mr. Rush even came all the way down to Hopkinsville just to come to our region. So thank you all for supporting us because, I mean, our kids saw that, and then whenever we were there to, like, celebrate, y'all were there with us. So we appreciate that.
Miss Grace wasn't able to join us tonight. She's not feeling well, but I'll speak on behalf of both of us. Our girls team did a great job this season, had lots of accomplishments this season. I'll also point out that we did it with only 4 girls all season. You're able to have 5 on a team, and you take the top 4 scores. So they knew going into every tournament that every score counted, and I think that's also an accomplishment in itself. I'll also say that our girls team made it to the All-State tournament, which I think is another great accomplishment right along with the region. We finished 14th in the state in All-State standings. So that plus the region making it to semi-state was just a fantastic season. Couldn't ask for better.
And not to mention, but we did have a girl that finished first individually for the region, Miss Merrill Grogan. So that was a big accomplishment. Yeah, region champion. So, yeah. Yeah, and we had 2 boys that finished top 5. Yeah, top 5. We had 2 boys finish top 5 individually. So obviously in golf, you add up all the scores. So just having people finish in the top 5, top 3, like that helps a lot. So yeah. Yeah. Yes. But thanks for the support. And like I said, I think the future for our golf programs, both girls and boys, we have a bright future. So appreciate it.
Also, speaking of Merrill, I think she shot a school record 64, didn't she?
Yes. Middle of the season, we had some invitationals we played in. And if you know anything about golf, I mean, 72-ish is about like even par, which is really good for our high school golfers. And Merrill, in one of the tournaments down in Hopkinsville, she shot a 64. So, yeah. I believe she won that tournament by, 8 shots? 10 shots? And one of our other players came in second. So Ansley got second in that. So yeah, so that just shows though how much talent these kids have, and I mean, outside of just golf, like they also perform in the classroom. So to be able to do both of that and put the student athlete together, and still have a lot of success in their athletics, that just shows a lot. So we're proud of them.
Hey, again, just thank you to our coaches. The example you set for our kids, so important. Thank you for all the time, all the hours. Coaches are unsung heroes. To all of our players, just so proud of your pursuit. All those times when nobody's watching and you're putting in the extra work to improve your game and you're committed to team, those are really the things in life that help you be successful past high school golf and things like that. So just so proud of you, appreciate what you did. And nothing like this happens without great coaching, without great pursuit on the part of the players, and without great partnership of the parents. So I think I see some parents in the crowd tonight. We're going to get everybody, I want to ask all the parents to come on up, and we're going to get a group picture here. We always joke with the parents, you know, what would life be if you couldn't embarrass your children? So let's come up here. We'll get the players to kind of step up. If you don't mind, step up a little bit. Let the parents get behind you. Let's get if we could let's get right in the center of the HC. So young ladies, yeah, maybe Miss Haley, would you mind centering us here? Yeah, come on. Yeah, get in here. Grandparents. All right, Miss Tracy, you and Joe, come on up. Mr. McGar's an aspiring golfer. Those scores. Miss Tracy was the champion for having you all recognized. Y'all mind jumping in here? Congratulations. Give them one more hand.
Golf's hard. Is there anybody that wanted to address this board? This would be the public participation time for
I was getting ready to say, here, you can have mine.
What, they excommunicate you or something?
I think my battery is running down.
I start to say it's going back.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Guess it's the way I was holding it. Not too good at some things, a lot of things. But anyway, the next item that we would want to deal with would approve the minutes from our October 20th regularly scheduled board meeting. You folks have received the minutes prior to this meeting. Is there any questions about the minutes or changes? If not, I'd entertain a motion. We accept the minutes as presented. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Have a second from Mr. Smith. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Votes unanimous. Is Mr. Miller, is he going to address this? I didn't even see him.
He is.
Oh, I see you now. You were hiding.
Yeah, turn that thing
Good
up so
here.
everybody can hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll go over both projects. So for East Heights first, we are progressing along. Obviously, I don't know if you drive by or whatever, but trusses are going on. You can start to see it coming more vertical. Won't be long until decking goes on that. Shingles, the whole 9 yards, getting dried in. still chipping away at some of the time we lost at the beginning. We actually met on site with the MEP team right after our meeting today and kind of came up with a plan to pick up a little bit more time moving into the winter. You all know how it is. It's a race against time before it gets cold. So I think we got a plan to do that. And then, Chad, you want me to switch straight over to South Middle? Or? Okay. So South Middle, moving over to that project, we had a meeting on site this morning, had the pre-construction meeting 2 weeks ago. Everything's moving well there. You'll start seeing the football field get stripped full topsoil here soon. Actually, probably later this week, depending upon weather, how that shakes out. And we have the first 3 classrooms cleared and ready to begin work on, and that'll be getting fired up soon as well. So we'll be trying to find a pace there and work as well as we can with the middle school and Miss Fish and making sure everything goes well there. Does anybody have any questions?
Anybody have questions, Mr. Miller, with regard to either one of those projects that he discussed? Thank you very much. We appreciate how you take
Thank
care
you
of it
all.
for us. Thank you now. Mr. Thompson, you've got
Yes, sir.
business to take care of.
Got some business to take care of this evening, and then we'll take a little break, and I'll have some more business for you. First, we have a change order for East Heights. This is a zero add or zero deduct change order. We had to work with Munson a little bit. We're going to get a DPO to them, which is a direct purchase order. That way, then we don't have to pay any sales tax on anything. That allows us to avoid tax. So there are 2 change orders there for East Heights, 11-1 and 11-1-1. Then also we have special inspections contract for South Middle for your consideration this evening. Those special inspections go from anything from concrete inspections to masonry to steel. So they are the company that had the best bid out of the companies received to RTA. So currently, we would ask for your approval of change order 11-11 and 11-1-1 for BG 24-164, and also award the special inspection contract for BG 25-225 for South Middle School to Solid Ground.
Dr. Lawson?
I'd request the board approve those change orders as presented by Mr. Thompson, as well as the inspection contract as presented by Mr. Thompson.
Anybody have any questions?
I move we accept that.
Have a motion, Mr. Alves? Second, Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye, vote unanimous. Thank you. Will we move to the strategic plan update?
Yes, sir. That's where we're headed. Thank you, Mr. Waller and the board. As you know, every other month we report out on our progress toward our strategic plan. And so this is our month to do that. Ms. Robin, you mind clicking there? So as everyone knows, this is our strategic plan with 4 columns representing students, our team, families and communities, and our operations. Ms. Robin, if we go to the next slide. And today we're going to talk about our team. We talked about our coaches and how everything rises and falls on leadership. We know that our school system is experiencing a lot of success in many areas, and that always goes back to the people that we have. This board and the stakeholders of our community made it a goal to provide a more than competitive salary schedule and benefits package to attract and retain high-level performers. We want winners here, and you all have made us a way to make that happen. I want to show you some evidence of it in the way we believe we're built to last in this way. Next slide, please. This is a little small for you to see, but if you look, this is a record since in the late 90s of the percentage raises that we've given across the board raises. If you look there around 2009 and 10, which is about halfway down the page, you'll see a lot of zeros there for years. And so we had a little ground to make up there. We weren't able to give raises in some of those years, but if you look at the last 5 years, we created the strategic plan 5 years ago, beginning in 21-22. You'll see that those numbers add up to, I think, a 12 or 12.5% across the board raise for all employees. And along with that, we've given supplemental pay. Many times, the last 4 years, we were able to do $1,000. This year, we're doing $500. And we always kind of balance the percentage raise with the supplemental pay to make sure that we stay balanced there in terms of certified, classified, and how we help out our people. We're able to just do that. I share with the board in an email. One of the email replies that I got from our staff members on our supplemental pay. This is the time of year where families, any little thing helps them to have better Thanksgivings, better Christmases, and that happens because of this board. So thank you for that. Ms. Robbins, you go to the next one, please. Also, as part of our strategic plan, we wanted to do some clock building. We know that we've had a lot of stability in our board. We've had a lot of stability in our financial leadership, and now we have a new CFO as well. So clock building for finance has been really important to us, and part of that has been a 4-year rotational pay study that is in addition to anything we do in terms of across the board raise. So every 4 years we study all of these job codes. So everybody comes up again. We make sure we are competitive in those markets. In fact, I want you all, tonight it's just kind of worked out this way, but a friend to our district is Mr. Matt Robbins, retired Davis County Superintendent who now works for Baird. And when Mr. Robbins was Superintendent of Davis County, this was an idea he shared with us in terms of helping us remain stable in the market, competitive with our employees. So thank you, Mr. Robbins, for that. This is the way to make sure that we attract and retain high-level performers. Ms. Robbins, next slide, please. This is the same thing that we were just going over there, and this is all pay. So this is the 4-year rotational pay study. We reviewed the raises, but also part of that is the benefits package. Ms. Robbins, do you mind keeping on going down here? Next slide. I know I'll get some of the wording wrong, but Ms. Tracy Williams was a champion for us having 6 weeks of paid parental leave. Ms. Tracy, this is important to her. I have to believe, she taught school for us and retired and raised her family all along the way and knows what it means to be able to have 6 weeks of leave provided to our ladies who are raising their families. And we are a family organization. It's a win-win of education. It's kind of that nice crossroads of a job of purpose that can work well with your family. And so I want to always thank you for that, Ms. Tracy. I think that's something that will pay dividends in our district. We know we've done the right thing in terms of raises, and we've been able to, despite, right now, everyone's greatest challenge is HR. It's workforce. And we've been able to get good people, pay them well, make sure their families are taken care of because of leadership and the vision of the board and having a good plan to execute. And so I think this is one of those things, too, that really, this really matters in terms of benefits and helping our people be successful and having a chance to have sick days, because many times those people that have babies, what happens a year later is their babies are sick.
Yeah.
Many of you all have experienced that. So this was a very nice thing to do. Mr. Robin, you might go on the next slide. This is our video. Are we having a tech issue on the video? No, not yet. Okay, let's try it then. So we asked a couple of our leaders to talk about that. Let's see how well our video plays.
Child Care Director for Henderson County Schools. Salary increase has communicated to the child care staff that we see them as valuable employees of Henderson County Schools and that we are acknowledging their efforts in trying to make their wages more competitive with our child care centers in our community. They have shown appreciation for the supplemental pay and that they do look forward to that each and every time they get that, so I do know they appreciate that as well.
Wes Alexander, the Director of Transportation. It's made the morale a lot higher in our department. The people are showing up to work. They're very appreciative of it. It was much needed, but the board stepped in and really went to bat for the folks over in transportation, and they're very appreciative of it, and it's helped us gain and retain employees as well too.
From your perspective, how does this show Henderson County Schools values its people?
They put the people first. They're always looking out for our folks, and they're really just trying everything they can to help gain and grow the folks that we have and to recruit some of the best ones that we can get to better the district and to the community and the students.
My name is David Stokes. I am the Chief Financial Officer at Henderson County Schools. I think it's important because one of our core values is to pursue excellence in all that we do. And if you're going to pursue excellence, especially in the classroom, then we need to hire excellent staff. And the only way to do that is to compete not only with other school districts, but also with other corporations in this area. Another core value of ours is genuine relationships are the foundation in all that we do. And being new here, I've noticed that Henderson County Schools has continuously been voted the best place to work in all of Henderson. And I believe that if you want to continue to be one of the best places to work, you have to continue to be competitive in salaries. And I believe the fact that our board and leadership team has committed to competitive salaries does lead to genuine relationships.
Hi, Ginger Carter. I'm the Director of Human Resources. The salary study was vitally important to make sure that we are competitive when looking at our neighboring districts and districts of like size. In today's economic times, the supplemental pay is so important. With the holidays coming up, it is such a huge boost for our families with the holidays and the Thanksgiving coming up. There are so many people that are so grateful, and we've gotten so many thankful emails and people that are so grateful and so appreciative of it. So it hit at such a great time, and thank you for that.
So just to kind of close this out, again, it's part of our strategic plan, but our people couldn't be more grateful for the way that this board has supported them. I'm so thankful for our leaders who created a culture where people know they're cared about and taken care of. Our folks just do a great job of making sure that their people know they're taken care of. And so we're executing that strategic plan. That's another part of it that we're doing well, and appreciate the board's leadership on that.
Thank you, Dr. Lawson. There's no doubt the youngsters in our school district are the reason why we're here. Been around a long time, and I'll say this, and I'll continue to say this is one of the best boards I've ever worked with, the best board I've ever worked with in representing what it is as far as the direction of what we're doing in this school district. And I appreciate what y'all have done each and every day, working to make sure our kids have the best that they can get the best education. Thank y'all. Next item would be the bond resolution. Ms. Kelly, I don't want to mess up your last name. Doesn't follow my phonics. Mercy, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. You got it. Thank you, sir.
I can just talk loud if that's okay. Oh, it's on now. Sorry about that. Good evening, everyone. Sorry. Technical difficulties on my end. Thank you for joining us this evening. As mentioned, I'm Kelly Merced with Baird. We serve as the advisor when you all borrow money for capital projects, so I know you had an update on that earlier. I'm joined by my colleague, Matt Robbins. As Dr. Lawson said, he's a retired superintendent of Davis County, but also a finance officer. So I'd like to say he's quite the finance guru and knows quite about school finance. So earlier in the meeting, you all discussed leadership with the golf team and then in Dr. Lawson's presentation. I really think it's important to acknowledge you all as leaders. So we hear a lot about school districts and financial positions right now, and this district is a leader as far as your financial management. You've got great coaches with Mr. Stokes and your previous leadership in your finance office and oversight from the board. You think about the guidance you all are providing, but I should really commend what you all are doing as leaders as being great stewards of your financial resources. So I will review a couple slides, if that's okay, about the finance plan for the bond issue, and then read the resolution after I cover the few slides. Does that work for everyone?
It's all right with me.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Newton. So on the first slide is just a summary of the finance plan. So obviously, as we talked about earlier, this is for a construction project. You all are replacing the HVAC at the middle school. We're estimating to borrow about $18,690,000 of bonds. That's an estimate until we actually sell the debt. One of the most important things you all are doing is putting cash towards the project, in total about $2.7 million. So that cash is actually saving from borrowing $2.7 million of principal. So think about the interest savings on that alone. Right now, we're estimating about $20.9 million going to the construction fund. That does include 5% contingency. So any contingency funds that aren't used for change orders can obviously roll to another project. The cost of issuance right now is estimated at a little under $121,000. The item at the bottom is what's called bond discount. So you are actually going to be selling your bond issue in the competitive market, and whoever locks your interest rate will be charging a fee. That's estimated right now at 2%, but it will likely be lower. So we won't be able to determine that bond cost until the day of bond sale. Any questions on the sources and uses of funds? So Ms. Newton, on the next slide is just a depiction of your existing bond payments. The colored, full colored bars represent your existing bond payments. And I apologize, on the screen you can't see it, the yellow slash represent, and the gold payments represent the estimated payments on this new bond issue. The blue line at the above is the revenue you all have available. That is your restricted revenue to your building and capital outlay fund. Money to those funds can only be used to pay debt service or to pay for capital projects. So the blue line, as you can see, is flatline, so we're not assuming any growth. With your existing bond plus this bond issue, we estimate there's still $30 million of resulting capacity available for other projects, which is very healthy for your district. We work with a lot of districts, and I would say your all's debt burden is very minimal compared to some districts that are even smaller than your district. So you all are definitely good stewards and take on debt very, very systematically and as great stewards. Next slide is just a timing. So everyone talks about the Fed meetings, but the Fed met at the end of October. They lowered the short-term rate by 0.25%. We actually did not see our muni borrowing rates change much then. There is another Fed meeting at the 10th of December. That week is typically the week the Fed meets is not usually a good week to sell bonds. We're actually selling the week before. So this evening at the board meeting, you all are taking the action to approve the bond issue. Our team will be posting what's called the bond offering statement a week before the sale on November 25th. And we will host the competitive bond sale on December 2nd at 10:30 Central. That's when the rate will actually be locked in. So until that point, rates obviously can move. Then the bond closing will occur on December 18th, right before everybody goes off to enjoy a nice holiday. So.
Is there any questions, Mr. Robbins, Ms. Mercer, with regards to what we're doing here?
The clarifications that were forthcoming earlier this day and conversation I had with two folks here before the meeting.
Well, it's pretty obvious. This is our first bond sale with Baird, and you know, we got fiduciary responsibilities and obligations, and they just want to make sure, and that resolution is just going to make sure that we're going to carry through with what we have as obligations in running the school district. And with the old bond folks, Ross Sinclair, they'd been around for a long time, so there hadn't been any issues, sold many bonds, so there is no issue. Obviously, you can see we've still got $30 million of bond capacity if we have something that comes up that may be traumatic, but we don't anticipate that, so you folks just want to know we're going to do our job just as well as we want to know you're going to do your job, and that is what the purpose of the resolution is for. Thank you.
May have to spring for some new batteries in some of these microphones.
I don't know if it's the battery or if it's me. Maybe the way I'm holding this thing. So, thank you, Mr. Alves, appreciate that.
Mr. Waller, just quickly too, we reviewed the strategic plan. As part of the strategic plan on the operations side, we know that we're making a lot of gains over part of that plan, but in every category we're making a lot of gains. I just want to, on the maybe a little bit bigger scale, this is a $20+ million investment in the South Middle School, which is the old City High. It's a fantastic building. It has a lot of history in our town. I believe that will be a middle school long after I'm here and others too. And this is a construction cost. You know, maybe they'll go down a little bit, but for the most part, they stay pretty steady and increase. I think this is a fantastic opportunity to really pour into a school that has a great history and we know is going to be there for a long, long time.
Thank you.
I'll read the resolution now.
Keep going.
A resolution of the Board of Education of Henderson County, Kentucky, authorizing and approving the issuance of general obligation bonds Series 2025 in a principal amount of $18,690,000, subject to an increase of up to $1,870,000 or decrease in an amount determined to be in the best interest of the board. The bonds, the proceeds of which are to be used for the public school projects, authorizing the establishment of certain funds to provide for the collection to the extent required of the proceeds of a direct annual tax on all taxable property within the school district, in addition to all other taxes, authorizing the execution of the bonds and the disbursement of the proceeds thereof, authorizing the investment of funds pursuant to KRS 66.480, providing for the delegation by the Board of Education of authority to the Secretary of the Board to determine certain matters relating to the bonds and authorizing such other documents, agreements, and certifications necessary or required for the issuance of the bonds.
So, Dr. Lawson.
I don't know what these things cost. We're gonna need some new ones. Maybe we save some money on this thing, we can put it, with that contingency maybe, I don't know. I would request the board approve the bond resolution. Yes, Mercy.
Having heard Dr. Lawson's recommendation, I'll make a motion we accept the bond resolution that has been presented.
Second.
Ms. Williams, all those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Vote unanimous. Thank you all so very much. Appreciate your help. Appreciate working with you in the years forward. Gonna steal the show now, Jerry.
All right, I try not to, but people keep asking me to do stuff. So before you this evening, we have several different pieces. The first piece is our culinary renovation and parking lot asphalt upgrades. That was board approved, and then we went out to bid. This is a capital funds project. It is what we call a cash project. It is not through bond sales. So we did do bidding. We opened bids up last Thursday. We had 4 bidders. And through our architect and us looking through the bid packets, we would like for your consideration to award the construction contract and associated direct purchase orders to ARC Construction. Second piece of that is we do have a revised BG1 for your consideration this evening. After the BG1, the original BG1, total cost of project was $2,057,653. After bidding and all fees included, the actual BG1 amount was $603,335. So a reduction in the estimate on the original BG1 to actual was $454,318. So we're going to ask for your consideration to approve the revised BG1. Also, we ask for your consideration to approve testing and balancing contract to Thermal out of Paducah, and also award special inspections contract to Solid Ground.
Dr. Lawson.
I'm nervous about speaking into this thing. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. He and Mr. Stokes have worked hard to find that balance. We said we know we put some cash toward the South Middle School project, also these cash projects, and it sounds like maybe some of the bids are coming in a little bit more in our favor than they have in the past too, so I appreciate everybody's work on that. This is kind of a long list here, but I'm going to ask the board to approve and award a construction purchase orders to ARC Construction for the Henderson County High School culinary renovation and parking lot asphalt upgrades, as presented by Mr. Thompson. I ask the board to approve the revised BG1 for the Henderson County High School culinary renovation and parking lot upgrade. I ask the board to award the testing and balancing contract for Henderson County High School's culinary renovation and parking lot upgrade. And then lastly, I ask the board to award the special inspection contract for the Henderson County High School culinary renovation and parking lot asphalt project to Solid Ground, as presented by Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, sir. You've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Entertain a motion. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Second, Mr. McGar. Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Vote unanimous. Next item, Chad.
Next item for your consideration is for BG 22-506. This is hopefully getting ready to wrap up our CTE renovation project. We do have 2 change orders that our owner requested. The first is an electrical change order. The next is a carpentry change order in some of the locations of some of the dust collection vents. So we're asking for your consideration of approval of change order number 7 and change order 8 for BG 22-506.
I'd request the board approve the change order number 7 and change order number 8 for the Henderson County High School CTE renovation project as presented by Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a vote. Have a motion, Mr. Alves, second, Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye. Vote unanimous. Thank you.
Next is change order number 1 for BG 25-251, which is the fencing project at the high school, at football, soccer, softball, Central Academy in Jefferson. We do have one change order that we're only charged labor and not materials, and that was owner requested.
We're just going to go one by one on these.
Yeah, I can keep.
Go ahead and put them together.
You want to do them all, or?
Yes.
It's okay. Next one is change order number 2 for BG 23-416 on the wastewater plants at Spotsville, Cairo, and Niagara. We did get a new wastewater plant manager that was not involved in the original design, and they were built as designed, but through consultation with him, there are some safety items that he recommended that we include that would keep us in good standing with EPA, provided we have any issues of loss of power or anything. So we're trying to stay above board. So there are some redundancies that we would like to add in there.
Makes sense. Go ahead, Mike.
Let me go ahead and do the last piece also. Or
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
we'll come back to those.
Okay, the last piece is the approval of district facility plan hearing report. I know that we just finished up our 3 meetings. The board did approve the district facility plan. It was sent off to KDE, and as the last phase of district facility plan, we have to hold a public hearing. So we held a public hearing, and now before you this evening is the public hearing port for your approval. Once you, if you choose so to approve that this evening, first thing I'm going to do in the morning is I have the packet ready to go, and I'll include all that and get that sent off to the state to go to the State Board of Education for approval, and we'll have a final DFP plan for the next 4 years.
Fantastic. Ms. Robin, would you mind pulling up? I wanted Ms. Robin just to show you something quickly here. All of us own a home, and it's nice to do cosmetic things, but there are also just nuts and bolts stuff that you have to do that sometimes costs quite a bit of money. And so this is, there's nothing flashy about this, but this is the new wastewater system out at Niagara. And Mr. Thompson, his team, and our maintenance crew have really done a great job building these things and making sure we have the right things that are going to last for, again, a long time. And these are these are the investments that sometimes it's hard for our community to see, but they're significant investments. You go on, Ms. Robin, to this is the wastewater treatment plant at Cairo. It's much needed, and then
That's
one
also
more.
got a good name. Rhonda's swimming pool.
This is Miss Wilson's swimming pool in Cairo. I'll tell her you said that, Mr. Alvis. Did we have? Was she here?
There.
We're working on it.
And then here is the wastewater treatment plant at Spotsville. Mr. Thompson, I think that these cost in excess of $2 million for all 3. Or $2.5 million. Again, so just when we think about what the board's doing in terms of the East Heights project, the South Middle project, and this is not to mention the Jefferson project, the Spotsville School project, and then things like the fencing are all the way down to a small project, and your medium projects like the culinary and the parking lot upgrades, the pursuit of excellence is in full swing in terms of facilities. And it's a lot of work on the part of our leadership team, Mr. Thompson, all those folks that work for him. So I just wanted to kind of show you some of these pictures, because these are big investments that sometimes, they're just not flashy and people may not see them, but we have to have them. Yeah, but they're absolutely necessary. And these are things that we have to do, we need to do, and in the future, we're going to have opportunities to do things we want to do because we're doing those kind of things now. All right, I don't want to miss these, but Mr. Thompson, I'm going to ask that you approve the change order for the fencing project at those places in BG 25-251. And then I'll ask also that you approve BG 4-416, the wastewater systems at those three schools, Spotsville, Cairo, Niagara. The change order number 2 for those wastewater systems as presented by Mr. Thompson. And then as well, I would request you approve the district facilities plan hearing report as presented by Mr. Thompson.
I'll make one comment with regards to those wastewater plants. That's, nobody here is going to be around, have been around long enough to remember the Accordon School in the city of Accordon. That was the reason we had to close that school and build another school at the time. Obviously, it would have cost a whole lot more to build a school at that time, but from the EPA standpoint, as you mentioned, you know, we had no choice. You know, there was no place to put a treatment facility, and ended up having to close because we were running straight to the streams out there. It was a mess. So it's obvious that these investments are important, and they're important to our kids too. So you heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis.
Second.
Second, Ms. Williams. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye, vote unanimous. Ms. Wolf.
Good evening. So we're going to talk about the future a little bit tonight. In front of you, you have the first reading of the 26-22 calendar. I am going to just kind of briefly go over the details of this. The calendar committee met throughout the month of October. Mr. McGar was our board member on the calendar committee. As we look at this, I will say I was a little surprised myself at this calendar, but it's what we've got, so let's look at it. I told Dr. Lawson, I messaged him and I was like, okey-dokey. Can you hear, is that better? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to take you briefly through this. As you can see, our first 4 professional development days would be in the first weeks of August, making the opening day for staff August 12th, which is a little bit later than we've started in the past few years. The opening day for students would fall on August the 13th. We would be off for Labor Day. We've already designated fall break in our calendar. That would fall October 5th through the 9th. Our 5th professional development day would be on Monday, October the 12th, after fall break. Election day, our students and staff would both be off. We would be off for Thanksgiving break, the 25th through the 27th of November. Winter break would be 2 full weeks, as we have gotten used to in Henderson.
We like that.
We do like that. Professional Development Day number 6, which you may have noticed is a little bit different. That would be on Monday, January the 4th. We built in 2 makeup days into the calendar, February 26th and March 1st. The calendar committee really liked that because if we didn't have to use those makeup days, that would build in a 4-day weekend for students and staff. And as you guys know, Ms. Tracy especially, that January, February, March time is a very difficult, long time. It feels like 4 years instead of 3 months. So built that in. Spring break, which we've also already designated April 5th through the 9th, would be off Election Day. That would make the last day for students May the 25th, last day for staff May the 26th. And you can see the breakdown there at the bottom of 6 PD days, 4 holidays, opening day in a calendar of 173 instructional days and 185 contract days for teachers. Does anyone have any questions about the school calendar as it stands?
I do love, I don't have any questions, I have a comment.
Go ahead.
I do love that we do those 2 weeks at Christmas, and that, you know, when I first started teaching, we had Thursday and Friday off for Thanksgiving. And some wonderful person, I don't know who it was, added that Wednesday. And I heard a principal say, I don't know why we take off Wednesday. I said, do you cook dinner? And he said, no, and I said, that's why we
There you
do
go.
it.
Exactly.
So that's a great day to have off too for our staff, to be able to have that Wednesday, especially if you travel, which
Yes.
I didn't, but.
Okay. If you have no
Thank
questions.
you to the calendar committee.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Joe. For representing the board on that calendar committee, Ms. Wolf, I guess your recommendation is to approve this calendar. Dr. Lawson?
Mr. McGar, do you have any comments on the calendar committee and your experience with them?
Well, yeah, I got a comment. It's always nice to see a collaboration of community members and school staff, teachers, and just everybody that's able to come together and pick each other's brains and get feedback off each other. I think it's a great idea that we have this committee, so everybody's opinion and voice is heard. So I'm glad to be part of that.
Yeah, thank you for being on it. Ms. Wolf, thank you for your work on that. I think that this board, I really think that we're getting this part right, the collaborative effort, and then these folks, this calendar, it encompasses all of the things that our folks need. Job-embedded professional development, just as Ms. Wolf said, a thoughtful, timely break here and there. It helps us when we come back from that, and so the amount of instructional time it's fantastic. So I'm going to ask the board to approve the 2026-2027. Let me make sure I'm saying this right here. The first reading of the 2026-2027 school calendar as presented by Mrs. Wolf.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis, second, Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Vote unanimous. Thank you. Keep
Okay.
going, Ms. Wolf.
As we move forward, it is time to look at, as you guys know, a few years ago, we started designating 3 years in advance, fall break and spring break, which our parents love. The feedback on that's always great, knowing exactly when fall and spring break are going to be. So it's time to designate the 2028-2029 fall and spring break, which you can see here. October 2nd through the 6th of 2028 being fall break, and April 2nd through the 6th of 2029 being spring break.
I'd request the board approve the 2028-2029 fall and spring break dates as presented by Mrs. Wolf.
If we didn't do that anymore, that'd be an unpopular decision now in this community, I'll tell you, because that does make a big difference to a lot of folks. So we've heard the superintendent's recommendation.
So moved.
Have a motion, Mr. Alvis.
Second.
Second from Ms. Williams. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Vote unanimous. Thank you.
And lastly, I ask that the board designate and approve the start and end times for all of our schools for the 26-27 school year. Our elementary schools starting at 7:30 and concluding at 2:30. Middle schools beginning at 7:55 and concluding at 3:25. Our high school to begin at 8 a.m. and concluding at 3:25. And Central Academy to start at 8 a.m. and conclude at 3 p.m.
I'd request the board approve the start and end times of each school as presented by Mrs. Wolf.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion, Mr. Alvis. Second from Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Vote unanimous.
Thank you.
A little louder, Wes. Okay, next item would be on the consent agenda. We have 6 items on the consent agenda that include extended disability leave, school activity fundraiser request, some student overnight trip requests, salary amendment change, shortened day for two students, and some bid recommendations. Any item that needs to be pulled for discussion?
I just want to make a quick comment. It seems like these overnight trip requests are always after the fact. We are taking responsibility for these kids on these trips. It seems to me, at least in consideration to the board, they ought to bring them up so that we can say yay or nay beforehand.
Thank you for the comment. I'm sure Dr. Lawson will take that into consideration. So you don't want to pull that?
We'll work on that.
No, that's
Okay.
We will work on that. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'd entertain a motion, we approve the consent agenda as presented.
So
Have a motion, Mr. Alves. Second from Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye, vote unanimous. Mr. Stokes.
Test. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Superintendent, members of the board, it's my honor to present the financial report for the month of October. In the month of October, our total receipts totaled $5,660,928, and our total expenditures totaled $8,358,062. That left us with a net change for the month of all funds of negative $2,697,135.
With a balance of $76 million. Go ahead. Any questions, Mr. Stokes, with regards to the treasurer's report? Dr. Lawson.
It's common for this time of year. I'd ask the board to approve the treasurer's report as presented by Mr. Stokes.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion, Mr. Alves.
Presented.
Have a second, Mr. McGar. All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Kind of loud, Wes. Next item would be the paid warrant report.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, Dr. Lawson, members of the board. The paid warrant report for payments made between October 21st of 25 and November 17th of 25 has a grand total of all funds of $3,624,352.22.
Any questions with regards to any of the bills that are presented? Dr. Lawson?
If there are no questions, I'd request the board approve the paid warrant report as presented by Mr. Stokes.
Heard the superintendent's recommendation. Have a motion, Mr. Alves. Second, Mr. McGar. Just don't want to talk down there, do you? Ms. Robin, would you please let the record reflect that we've received a copy of the personnel actions since the last board meeting? And I'll entertain a motion, unless anybody wants to stick around and have some more fun, that we motion we adjourn. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all being here and sticking around for this show. We're going to do it again next month. Thank you so much.
Have a safe trip, folks.